Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a short conversation series where we bring on our key partners to talk about how they've partnered with Freshworks and how Freshworks is partnering with them. Today, the special guest of honor today is Jeff Jamieson. Jeff, welcome to this short conversation.
Thanks, Raval. It's good to be here.
Awesome. Jeff, you want to tell our audience who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Jeff Jamieson. I'm president of Whilock Infrastructure Solutions, but I spend most of my time working on partnerships and sales activity and actually spend a fair amount of time helping drive the Freshworks partnership.
That's awesome. Since you brought on the Freshworks partnership point, let's get right into it. How long have you been associated with Freshworks? And if you could throw some light on what's your USP as a company?
Sure. So it's probably been just over a year since we first made contact with Freshworks. We were looking during COVID, we were looking at ways to diversify a bit. And so doing some research around the ITSM platforms that were available, first found Freshworks. And so from that point, we made contact, started to look into it, had some meetings, and became a partner. Less than a year ago, 6-8 months ago, probably is when we first became an official partner. This is the fastest I think we've ever moved on any sort of partnership, because there's been excitement on both sides and a willingness to do so. And so that's been really unique from our perspective. What makes us unique? We're a systems integrator, and we've spent almost this is our 20th year coming up, and we spent most of that time helping enterprise and now moving down a bit into the mid-market, but helping them on their journey to next generation IT operations. And we see mid-sized to large IT organizations struggle with some challenges that are consistent across almost every vertical. It doesn't matter. Explosion of data, increasing complexity, demands for agility, and mandates for compliance. And some of those are, they don't come to, they're diverging, or they're not diverging, but they're pushing things away. If you want to be agile and fast and stay compliant, that's difficult to do. And so we help them, and we spend most of our time around that speed and automation place where customers are looking for efficiencies to stay and keep pace with the business.
I'm assuming Freshworks products come handy in that?
Exactly. Forgive the pun, but Freshworks is a breath of fresh air. It's amazing to us. The ease of use is so amazing, especially in a space in the ITSM world where you're seeing the opposite from most of the competition, where they're big, complicated platforms that are interwoven into other things. It takes developers and upgrades. Everything's difficult, and it feels like we've gone back in time. That's where ITSM was 25, 30 years ago, and it seems to have come full circle now. And so the opportunity to bring some speed and agility, ease of use to this platform, is really exciting for us, and it fits perfectly into our go-to-market strategy.
Awesome. That's great to know, Jeff. Jeff, walk me through any challenges that you may have faced in your conversations with customers when you're pitching Freshworks.
Yes, it was probably the same challenge that we faced, which was when I first started doing my research. What's one of the logical things you do? You go to Gartner's Magic Quadrant and you say, well, who's in the upper right or who's in the upper portion of the quadrant? And of course, I recognized all of the players, but there was one outlier that I was not familiar with, and that was Freshworks. And so that's the awareness issue, right? I think there are a lot of companies, especially in that mid-market and enterprise space, that aren't aware of Freshworks. But the way we overcome it usually is exactly the way we did, which was, well, what do the analysts say?
Mm-hmm.
And the analysts are saying wonderful things. That's step one. And I think that first gets people's attention. The second thing is, and I'm sure my numbers are off here, 50,000 plus customers. That's hard to ignore as well. So when you've got analysts saying great things and you've got tens of thousands of customers and it's growing, then people start to pay attention. Then the last thing that we apply is enthusiasm and confidence, right? We're able to speak confidently to our customers. We're excited about the relationship, and that when you're excited and are motivated, people recognize that and they see that enthusiasm. They want to know why. What's got you so excited? And so those are the things that we've done: analysts, customer install base, and enthusiasm, and that gets people to at least stop for a moment and say, all right, I think this is something we need to take a look at.
That's awesome. I think that's nicely put. And plus, I see that you have a plan how to sort of work on those challenges. That's amazing, Jeff. All right, Jeff, there are a lot of partners that are going to be watching this conversation. Can you throw some light on what's your approach to marketing and demand gen, and which sort of geos do you look after?
Right. Wow. So marketing is probably the most difficult thing that we do, which is stunning. People may not realize that because we're working in the biggest companies in the world, and talk about difficult, challenges that we face for our customers, but nothing compared to marketing. But what we are attempting to do this year, one, is to spend more time, invest more time and money in social media. Goes back to that awareness element, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so helping provide awareness around the platform and the things that we can do to drive value to our customers.
Mm-hmm.
And everything we do is based on value. We have our own methodology we call value first, and we help IT organizations focus on value, not on technology, not on
Mm-hmm.
shiny objects, but what value does this bring back to your business? What are the overarching goals? Usually there's something to do with cost savings. Usually there's something to do with speed or agility. And so when we can tie going forward with a technical solution back to those, that's very beneficial. And so promoting that on social media is one of the things we're doing from a marketing perspective. The second thing is bringing more value to the platform through integrations. And so relationships with companies like Device42 is an example, being able to provide that automated discovery, which drives broader asset management, configuration management, change management, et cetera. So extending the platform through integrations, bringing automation solutions to the table to be able to take automated actions from events or incidents that are coming into the platform as well. That brings more value overall. So making customers or potential customers aware of how we can bring the monitoring solution, discovery platforms, automation platforms, and surround the ease of use solution with Freshworks gives us a broad capability that will be appealing to larger organizations, and that's where our focus is.
Awesome, that's great. That's great tips for our partners. If I'm hearing you right, trying to create value for your customers, and once you've created that value, you make sure there's an awareness campaign around how that value was created and what sort of technologies help them get to that product. And second point was around integrations. I think that's a great point. A lot of our customers require technologies that probably one company is not making. So unless you have a breadth of technologies well integrated in sync with each other, their job becomes difficult. So I think, Jeff, you've hit the mark right on the spot. If you're able to create that value, communicate it to the customers, as well as bring in third-party integrations, that basically does the job.
Right.
All right. Awesome, Jeff. I have one final question, and this is going to be a difficult one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome. If you were a fictional character, who would you be and why? This could be from a movie, from a book, from anywhere.
Well, yeah, that's a difficult question. I'm not a big movie watcher, so it's tough. But the person that comes to mind that when I did watch movies earlier in life would be Indiana Jones.
Uh-huh.
So Indiana Jones, I'm a history buff, and so I love the fact that Indiana Jones is trying to preserve history. He's always on the right side of things. He's looking to do right, no matter what it means, and he's always on an adventure. And so that would be exciting to be, always out on adventures, and he always comes out on top. So that's
awesome.
That'd be
that's
mine.
Great. That's great. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much. I wanted to let you go, but I do want to ask one final question. Your last name, Jamieson, do you have anything to do with the famous whiskey brand?
Well, I really wish that were the case. I wouldn't be working, unfortunately. I'd be excited. It's exciting to be in this industry, but I'd be doing something different. No, unfortunately, I'm Scottish, and the whiskey is Irish.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. It was lovely talking to you. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time to watch this video. Until next time, bye-bye.